Clayton. Systematically delivering. We're going to have a wonderful life, Lily. A wonderful life and a wonderful family. A great big family.
How many would you say we should have? Just as an estimate?
We'll sell out for an even dozen. No less. What do you say to that?
A dozen would be just right. Do you think it would be all right to have half boys and half girls?
If that's what you want, we'll plan it that way. Excuse me a minute while I make a note of this. Oh, don't forget to have 6 boys and 6 girls.
Cheaper by the dozen, by Frank D. Gilbert Jr. and Ernestine Gilbert Carey. The true story of the turn of the 20th century motion study expert Frank Gilbert, his wife, and their 12 children. Anne, Mary, Ernestine, Martha, Frank, Bill, Lil, Fred, Dan, Jack, Bob, and Jenny. Proud of his wife, family, and new horse's carriage, Frank decides to take them all for a ride.
Didn't have any trouble. Didn't have any trouble except with that one over there. But a spanking brought him into line.
That's not one of ours, dear.
How many want to go for a ride?
Oh.
Get ready while I bring the car around to the front of the house.
Mother, he's got my shirt, but he can't give it to me!
Mother, can I sit up front with you? I never get to sit up front. It's mine. You gave it to me. You wore mine yesterday. How many have to visit Mrs. Murphy?
Going to the bathroom.
Finally, off we'd start. Mother holding the 2 babies.
Not so fast, Frank. Not so fast. The rest of us piled in the back,
exchanging kicks and pinches, trying to make more room. What's the matter back there? I thought I told you to keep everybody quiet. I said quiet, and I want quiet.
I'm trying to make them behave, Daddy, but no one will listen to me.
I don't want excuses, I want order. From now on, I don't want to hear a single sound from back there. You all want to walk home? I know it's not your fault, boss, but things would have been a whole lot easier if we'd had all boys. Oh, like I suggested. Starting out with the girls. Of course, I suppose we ought to keep them. They might come in handy someday to scrub the pots and pans and mend the socks of the men folk.
Have to visit Mrs. Murphy! Neither Dad nor Mother thought filling station toilets were sanitary. The only alternative was...
We seem to stop at every promising clump of trees. Mother, take the girls into the woods on one side of the road. I take the boys into the woods on the other side. I know every piece of flora and fauna from Bangor, Maine to Washington, D.C. We made quite a sight as we passed through the cities and villages.
This was the part Dad liked best of all.
I'm going to enjoy this. Keep your eyes and ears open. Let me do the talking. No dying cow looks. Hold your shoulders straight and look alive.
I don't think it would be too good an idea, dear. The children are conceited enough as it is. Get up!
Good morning, miss.
Are those our children, or is it a picnic?
Are my children? And it was no picnic.
I've seen 11 of them, not counting the man and the woman.
Now, you missed the second baby up front here.
How do you grow them carrot tops, brother?
These aren't so much for you. You ought to see the ones I left at home.
Just look at those adorable little children. Don't they look sweet? How old are you, dearie? Does it hurt when your mother spanks you? You mean your mother never spanks you? Well, how about your father? Does your mother pay more attention to the other children than she does to you? How many baths do you take a week? Do you think it'd still be nice to have still another baby brother? You do? Yes! Stitches, that is us. Honestly, Daddy, it's so embarrassing to go riding when you always make these scenes.
We may as well show them what a real family looks like. No one talks unless the subject is of general interest.
Honestly, we have the stupidest boy in our history class. Is it cute?
Not of general interest.
Interested?
Now, if Anne had seen a two-headed boy in history class, that would have been of general interest. A successful man knows something about everything. I want to teach you all how to multiply two-digit numbers in your head. Not of general interest.
Frankly, Dad didn't drive our car well at all, but he did drive it fast. We'd seen him nick fenders, knock down full-grown trees, square away with traffic policemen, and slaughter
chickens!
Although Dad's driving was fraught with peril, there was a strange fascination in his rush to death. It was the sort of thing that you wouldn't have initiated yourself, but wouldn't have wanted to miss. Not so fast, Ray! Not so fast!
For the love of Mike, Willie, I was only doing 20.
And so, dear, maybe so. Car coming from the left, Dad!
Two coming from the right.
Motorcycle approaching from the stern!
You can make it.
I see them. I see them. Don't you have any confidence at all in your father?
Roads weren't marked very well in those days, and Dad never believed in signs anyway. But he wouldn't follow directions either, and so he'd get lost.
Probably some kid changed those arrows around. Seems to me that if we turn that way, the arrow says we'd be headed right back where we came from. Roadhog, roadhog!
6/10 of a mile past the windmill, bare left brick church and follow paved
That
road.
must be the wrong windmill. Go tell the wind the fellow who wrote that book came over this road to check upon things. My bum of direction tells me to turn right. Your mother hasn't a very good sense of direction. Then she blames me when we get lost. Now, read to me just like it says. And don't be making up anything about windmills that aren't there, or non-existent brick churches, just to confuse me.
Have to visit Mrs. Murphy!
A sick person drags down the performance of the entire group. There are too many of us, we don't have time for such nonsense. The children come from sound pioneer stock. You've been given good health, that's your job to keep it. I don't want any excuses, I want you to stay well. All right, Lily, guess we should stop and eat. You've got a good place for a picnic.
While we were eating, Dad would keep looking around for something that might be interesting. He was a natural teacher and believed in utilizing every minute. Nothing was considered more of a sin in our house than wasted time and motion. Eating was unavoidable delight, not to be wasted.
An anthill. See, they all work and they don't waste anything. Look at the teamwork of four of them trying to move that piece of meat. That's ocean standing for it. Now, take out your notebooks and pencils and I'll show you how to do it. Look there. What do you see?
It's a tree!
Yes, I know it's a tree, but look at it. Steady. What do you see?
All of the sandwich wrappings and other trash gathered and stowed in the lunchbox.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a sloppy camper. We don't want to leave a single scrap of paper on this man's property. We're going to leave things just like we found them, only even more so. We don't want to overlook so much as an apple peel. I don't see how you children can possibly clever a place the way you do.
That's not our mess, Daddy. You know that just as well as we do. What would we be doing with empty whiskey bottles and Master's copy of the Hartford Courant?
That's what I'd like to know.
Mrs. Murphy!
I'm not going through another day like this one again in a hurry. I've seen dogs that pay less attention to trees. Well, we were returning from a particularly trying picnic.
The engine box, coughed, spat, and stopped. He ordered us out of the car, which was overheated and steamed, rolled up his sleeves, and raised the hood. No one had noticed Bill. He had crawled into the front seat. And then...
Get in! Who did that?
Right now is the happiest time in the world.
We're gonna have a wonderful life, Lily.
A wonderful
life.